Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is Shelley from Spirit Earth Crochet. I thought today I will start a hexagon cardigan for Halloween, and I thought the perfect thing to do would be to maybe do an inspiration taken from one of my favourite films. And so I thought today I would do a Beetlejuice one. Because who doesn't love Beetlejuice? You know, winter is coming up. Spooky season is almost upon us. Usually the 1st of October, I'm like, Halloween, Halloween, get here quick. So yeah, I thought today I'll do that. So I got this from Yorkshire Trading in the UK. I'm based in Northumberland, so there's one not too far away from me. I've got an array of other colours as well. I've got white, black, a luminous green, red, purple, and this colour as well. And I thought this colour looked a bit like Beetlejuice. You know that stuff that he has on his face, the mould or the fungus or whatever it is that's like on his face. And I thought that looks like this. So yeah, why not? So without further ado, let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our yarn, and like what I've shown you in previous tutorials, we're going to make a slip stitch, or a slip knot, sorry, not slip stitch. Here I go again. Okay, so for this we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slip stitch like so. And then from here we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to work in this center. So for this, double crochet 3. 1, 2. Now I've said 3, but that's actually, you count the first one, don't you, as your first one. So there's your 3 clusters, chain 2, and then put another cluster of 3 double crochet in there. So 1, 2, 3, like so. And then the same thing, chain 2, and then 3 double clusters. 1. Make sure you get this little guy here as well. 2 and 3. Chain 2 and another 3 double clusters. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2. Scooch it along if you have to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just counting. We've got 4 there at the minute, 4 clusters. Right. Add another 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need 1 more set of clusters. So chain 2, scooch it along. 1, 2, 3. Then from here, I don't know if I did this in my last tutorials actually, I can't remember, but I found a new way to like make it look better. So you chain 2, and then this little guy here, just go in like that, slip stitch through like so, I know it looks a bit weird because you've got two there, then you've got this one here, like hiding out all the way over here, but there is method to the madness. So I'm just going to pull the centre tight. Don't worry if that opens up, because you can easily just keep doing that until you secure it a bit later on. Right, so from here, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then here, go in like so, then go in again, and one more time. Okay, now this is going to be a corner. Okay, don't worry about this at the minute, it will all just fall into place. Okay, then here you chain 2 and put another cluster of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Locate the next part, section, whatever you want to call it. Put 3 double crochet in there. 2, 3. You may notice that I don't chain in between here. Okay, you don't need to. Some people do, I don't, but it's preference, it's up to you. Chain 2, because this is another corner. Go in again and put another cluster of 3 double crochet in there. Like so. Okay, here's another corner, because it's a hexagon. You put your other 3 in there. Like that. Chain 3. No, actually you don't chain 3, you wally. You chain 2. Where the hell am I going with that? Getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, chain 2 and then put another cluster of 3 double crochets. Locate your next one. I mean, you get the gist, don't you? You know, you're just repeating all the way around. Okay, chain 2, put another cluster, put another cluster in. I hope you can see all right. My camera setup at the minute, it's not ideal. My last one broke, hence why I've been away for such a long time. But I've got a new tripod and it's a bit touch and go, so I hope I'm in frame here. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. So from here, this is your last corner, all right? So what you do from here, you've put your 3 clusters in there, well, your 3 double crochets in there, so that's 1 cluster. Crochet your 2, your chain 2. You're going to go in again with 2 more double crochet. And then this little guy here that I says, you know, method to my madness, he's just hanging out here. Scoop him up like that, and that is your last, he counts as your last double crochet for that cluster. And you should have a little pretty hexagon right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Sorry, I'm just pulling the centre out a bit more. It's getting a bit not. Oh, look at that, man. It's a crochet's worst nightmare, isn't it? Aye. There, we're all right. Don't panic. We're not panicking, are we? No. So then from here, you chain 3. Come on, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. No, we're not doing that, okay? We're not flipping it over, turning it over, or turning our work, whatever you want to call it. We're going to literally keep going in the round. And the reason for that is when you're doing a hexagon cardigan, it needs to be able to be a bit wobbly and not perfect, okay? It's got to have that movement to it. So then from here, like my last tutorials, if you've watched them, highly recommend you do, because otherwise this might not make any sense. You're going to put 3 double crochets in, okay? Remember this little dude, he's going to be your last one at the very end, but we'll get there. Chain 2, put 3 in, all right. Now this is where you might get a bit confused because it's not a corner, okay? This is your corner here. This is just another section here. So what you do here is you just put 3 double crochets in there, okay? Like so. And then this is your corner here. So you're going to put 3 double crochets in there. I hope I'm explaining this all right to you. I hope you can all understand us as well. My accent can be a bit funny. I am from the northeast of England, you know, Geordie land. Right, 2 and then 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, like so. And here is not a corner, so it's just 3 double crochets in there. Oh, this is going to be a bitch, isn't it? It's going to really get me for the rest of the bloody video. Let's just keep it real here, okay? Okay, from here, you're in a corner. So it's 1, 2, 3 double crochets, then chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. Just pull this out a bit more. Okay, and then from here we're not going into a corner, so it's just 3 double crochets. I'm still checking to make sure I'm in frame here. Okay, corner here, so 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in the same one, not a corner, so go in with 3, here's my corner, so 3, chain 2, go in again with 3. I keep forgetting, you know, it's a tutorial, I should slow down. Right, not a corner, so 3. Our corner, okay, so it's our last corner. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. Ooh. And we're going in again with the same 1, okay, 1, 2, and 3. Right, this is the very last part here. So what you're going to do is yarn over, go in like that. Do it again. Just pull you out again. And then the last little guy here, remember we're just hooking him around because he's our last double crochet. Okay, now what you can do at this bit here, sorry, I'm just going to move you because I think I was pushing you out of the way there. So what you can do here is just check to make sure that you've still got a hexagon. I know it sounds weird, but some people get a bit lost as well, and like, you know, how do I explain it? So just fold it, and if it resembles something like that, you're on the right track. It needs to look like an L, okay? But don't you worry, it's coming along lovely. Okay, so there we have it. All right, so now, if I just show you something I've done earlier, this is what I've done earlier. If you were born in the 80s, you'll understand that. So there you go. All right, and if you do with that, oh, hang on, I'll do it this way. You'll be able to see it looks like an L. Okay, so what I'm just doing now is literally keep going in the round. I've never turned me work because you don't need to, like I said. Oh, I've done a little mistake there. I've put 4 in for some reason and it's 3. Like so. All right, so I'm just going to continue going around here, and I thought I might as well have a little chat with you. So, my name's Shelley. I am 43 almost. And I've been crocheting for, I want to say about 10 years. And I started crocheting because I struggled with mental health at the time. You know, I was a single parent, a bit lonely, didn't have any hobbies. All I had was a job, honestly. When I say hobbies, I literally had nothing. I was going to a gym, which, you know, I suppose you can count that as a hobby. And I was on a weight loss journey. I'd lost 5 stone. But I was just really struggling with my mental health. So I'd learned from somewhere that, you know, if you struggle with your mental health, it's good to find a hobby, especially one where it involves your hands. And I did knitting when I was like young. My auntie, she taught me how to knit, but I'm not a knitter, I must admit. I can do a little bit of purl, which I learned recently, and plain, and that's it. And cast on and cast off, and that's it. I've never actually knitted anything. Maybe like a square or a scarf, and that's about it, but nothing to write home about. So I looked into like crochet, and it looked mint. It looked fantastic when people did it, and I couldn't get the hang of it. And I remember the first time I tried to crochet and follow a tutorial, my project actually was flung across the room in anger because I just couldn't manage it. Believe me, the frustration is real, you know. Like, I understand all these people that lose their rag, lose their temper when they're first trying to learn how to crochet. I've been there, love, and I've done it. But I persevered, and I went on to YouTube, and I was looking for a beanie tutorial, and I came across a YouTuber, and I might do a video actually on this YouTuber because she changed my life. I'll not say her name just yet because, like I said, I want to do a video on her. But she really changed my life, and she helped us, like, with me mental health. Like, it was just teach it, like, just following a tutorial. Really, like, it was just the start of it all, you know. Like, I followed her tutorial. I'm getting really emotional. Because this YouTuber's no longer with her. So yeah, it just changed my life, and I never looked back. So I started off doing a beanie, and then a jumper. I tried socks as well. I did a sock. Not because it was shite or anything like that. It was because I literally ran out of wool and only had enough for one sock. It was quite funny. And the end, where my toes were, looked like a bit of a block. They were like square. And I remember my auntie saying, it's perfect for if you've got square feet, if you've got square toes. And that was that, really. I might make socks again. Like I said, not knitting, but crocheting. So if anyone can recommend a good sock tutorial where you can crochet, that's awesome. I do follow the Crazy Sock Lady, but she does a lot of knitting. And like I said, I'm not a knitter. Not at all. Don't enjoy it. So yeah, so that's that really. So yeah, like I said, I'm a single parent. My son was young at the time. He's now 18. And I still carried on with my hobby. I work full time. I'm a carer. Oh, what else can I tell you about myself? Favourite colour is green. And black. Everyone's favourite colour is black usually, isn't it? It goes with anything that's slimming. So yeah, so if anyone is watching my videos and then like following along at all with any of my tutorials or anyone's tutorials, please drop me a comment, because I love to interact with people. I really do. And I like to see people's work as well. So if you are on Instagram, please go and follow me on Instagram. The name is same as my YouTube. And even if you want to send me a DM with your work, you know, and like say, look what I've done, that would make me super happy, to be honest, because I love seeing everybody's progress. And especially if you're a beginner as well, I like to help people. So if anyone has any problems like with their crochet project and they need to like just ask a question, or if you're a bit stuck, or you know, just drop us a DM and I'll try my best to get back to you. So yeah, so there we go. So do I keep going on with this, or shall I just switch to another colour? Decisions. I think we'll do one more round and then I might switch another colour. So yeah, so I'm actually recovering at the minute from having COVID a few weeks ago. Don't know if you can still hear it in my voice, but I'm so congested around like the nasal area. If anyone wants to know, you know, if not, just skip ahead. But yeah, I caught one of the new variants that's making its way across the UK at the moment. I think is it Stratus and Nimbus? That's what they are right now. And a few weeks ago, yeah, I caught it, you know. Being a carer and everything, it's just something, you know, that you end up catching. So it started off, I woke up and I had a really sore throat, bad head, but not excruciatingly painful headache, not like, you know, the second variant that we had. What was that? Was that Omicron? That was horrendous. I get migraines, and that was like migraine 100.1 or something, you know. It was like Godzilla of migraines. But this time around, it was like a niggly headache, you know, like a bit like a dehydration headache. And I had a sore throat, and I had aches and pains all over my body, especially the upper half of my body. And I did a test, and I had been testing daily at this point because, you know, being a carer, something I had to do. And sure enough, there was that dreaded red line, that second line. So yeah, I missed a few days off work. But a lot of people caught it around us as well. You know, work colleagues caught it. My family luckily didn't catch it, thank God. But although like it didn't last very long. Like I wasn't ill for weeks upon weeks, you know, like Omicron did to us. I had missed 2 shifts at work and went back to work. But I started like experiencing breathlessness. And how can I put this? Fatigue, really bad fatigue. I would like climb the stairs and I would be exhausted. Or I couldn't breathe. I would be sitting watching TV, my heart would race. And my eyes really hurt. Like, especially like around my eye sockets and that. And I was like, what the hell is this, you know? So, didn't feel well. I think it was about a week, maybe 2 weeks. I still wasn't feeling great. So I went to see my doctor, who said, oh, well, it could be long COVID, you know, you just got to let it take its course, basically. She said she could send us for an ECG if like the racing heart became worse. The heart palpitations became worse, that kind of thing. So far, so good. I've had a few moments where like I felt like I've run a race. My heart is pounding. And then it goes, after like a minute or so, it goes away. But heart palpitations are horrendous. I get them anyway, but definitely more frequent since having this strain of COVID. I can't sleep, and then I struggle to get up in the mornings because I'm exhausted. But I suppose, like what the doctor says, you've just got to get on with it, haven't you? And like, hopefully things will get back to normal soon. But I am still feeling a bit like congested and a bit breathless. Like now talking, I'm like, yeah. And then other times, you know, I can run up the stairs and I'll be absolutely fine. Isn't it weird? COVID's strange. But there we have it. So that was that. So COVID a few weeks ago. And that's it really. It's my birthday coming up soon. I'll be 43. And I think I'm going to go for an Indians. So there we have it. So that is sorry, I think I was talking to my family. So that is our next installment, okay? And I said I was going to change colour. Right, what colour we're going to go? So I'm going to snip this off, make sure I've got a plenty of a tail. And then, I don't know if I'm in focus here. So from here, I'm just going to pull it off like so. Right, I did have a darn needle somewhere. And where the hell, oh, there it is. It's hiding. So I did a video on how to hide your tails. But I think I'll just show you again while we're doing this. So from here, I'm going to go this way. I'm just going to point it down. God, I hope you can see. Like so. And then from here, I'm just going to go back in and go back up. All right. And then from here, I'm just going to flip it a minute. And you see these little V's from where you did your, your work. I'm just going to go in. And this is a really good way of hiding your tails when you're doing these kind of projects. Doesn't work for everything, but for this definitely. So flip it back over. And then we're going to go back through this way, I think. So when you come to do your work, I'm just going to pull that out from there. when you come to do your work, all that gets hidden, and then when you work in there with your next cluster, you can just snip this off. And I do it as I go because nobody likes to do them tails. Nobody likes to have to go back through and weave them in when you're like finished your project. It is unreal. It's so frustrating. Right, so from here, let's have a look. I think I may do I think I might do the purple. Now, got this from Yorkshire Trading as well, and it's just a double knit ribston. Is it? It's 100% acrylic. All right, so anyone who has a wool allergy and stuff like this, you could use this. If you're vegan, you could use this. As far as I know, don't quote me on that. I know some people don't like to use acrylic. I have no problem with it. Yeah, I'm not bothered. So from here, I'm going to move my work, and I'm just going to start here, maybe. So I'm just going to find that centre pull and hopefully hope for the best. Oh, that's not a centre pull, Shelley. Right, where are we? Get your fingers in and just pull it out. Pull the yarn baby out, like so. Excuse me while I just sort this out, because we are in a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a tangle, but we've got a good clump here. So I'm just going to do this until it all comes out. Like I said, keeping it real here on my channel. I know some people would probably edit this out, but I'm not going to, because it's a pain in the neck to edit and I can't do it. Another little fact about me, if anyone, oh God, I hate them, factory knots, don't like them, do we? There is a way of sorting that out. Sometimes if you snip that bit off, you can hide it really well. Yeah, I think we might get away with that. I hate factory knots. So yeah, another thing I want to mention as well, since this is a little get to know me video as well, is I used to do YouTube a few years ago before the pandemic, and I used to do paranormal videos where I would talk about past paranormal experiences that I had, and I used to do the odd bit of investigating as well around like haunted places, and I love doing that. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. I mean, I might get back into it. I might set up another channel and get back into it. So yeah, so from here, I'm just gonna obviously go in, knot it, and then chain 3. Okay, so sorry, I had to have a little tea break. Okay, so you do your 3 chains, and then you go in here with your first cluster. 1, 2, and 3, and then again another cluster. 1, 2, and 3, and you just keep going until you get to your corner. Tell you what, mate, this is a beautiful purple, isn't it? When you look at it, you do think Beetlejuice. Here's my corner now. So 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, and then another cluster in the same hole. Okay, then 1, 2, excuse me, see what I mean? Don't cough all the time, but when I do, oh, it's just awful. 1, 2 and 3. So if anyone's working on any projects right now, what are you working on? Please comment down below. I would love to hear. If we have any absolute beginners in here, please leave me a little purple heart, since we're working with the purples. Any absolute beginners, leave a purple heart in the comments. So that's my factory knot, isn't it, there? Right. I didn't want a chance just leaving it in case like the fluffy bits from the factory knot poked out. Well, there, you can't really tell, can you, that there's been, you know, a factory knot. And a factory knot is where like they've literally had to join the yarn, but they've been really lazy about it and haven't like snipped it or anything. They've just left it for us to deal with. So yeah, so we're at a corner now. And I love Lion Brand, okay, don't get me wrong, I love Lion Brand. Fantastic shades of wool, yarn, whatever. But the factory knots in there as well are like, oh, they're really, oh, I mean, it doesn't bother us really, but like, it can be a bit annoying, I must admit. But no shade on factory say I've got COVID brain again. No shame on Lion Brand. I love Lion Brand, you know, you just got to deal with it, you know. But I think factory knots, it's just one of them things. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up. You might not be able to hear, but my son is in his bedroom shouting his head off at his friends on his PlayStation. So if you can hear a really deep voice yelling in the background, that's my son. And he's a little toe rag. But yeah, love him. So I've been watching a few YouTube videos lately. Because Aldi has a yarn event on, and you know what it is, I always miss it. Not because like I can't get to Aldi or anything like that, but it's like I miss it because I usually don't have enough money. And then the yarn event is usually over after I get paid, and I'm like, oh well, shucks darn it. Missed again. But I think next year, I might have a little savings account just for the yarn from Aldi. So back to here, where we had our tail. So this is the one I weaved in earlier, and this is just the remnants of it. So from here, you can take your scissors, and you can literally just snip it. Now, how I like to do it is pull it really tight like that, and then snip it, and literally it's hidden now, but it's all weaved in, so it shouldn't come apart. I recently did a blanket for my boss, and I said to her, oh, how is your blanket, you know, have you washed it? And she was like, yeah. I said, how did it wash? Did it unravel at all? And she was like, oh no, it's still intact. And I was like, super, fantastic. There we go. So a little bit more about me. I got a bit off topic. Can you hear that? You probably didn't hear that. That's my son. Right, so a little bit more about me. So I am a coffee addict. I love coffee. And it has to be strong coffee. I don't do a 2 or a 3 on that like coffee scale. It's got to be a 4 or a 5. Espresso. I could drink espresso all day long. And it's funny because I'm someone who suffers from anxiety and gets heart palpitations. So maybe drinking a really strong coffee is probably not the way to go. But I'm like, oh, I just love it. You know what I mean? It's just, when I have that first sip of coffee in the morning, it's like heaven. I do like tea, but not as much as coffee, but I do like tea. I have a cup of tea next to us actually, and I've got to, just like my coffee, I like my tea really strong. So it's like builder's tea. But yeah, I'm just going to take a sip actually. Like so. Just keep going. So what else can I tell you about is I grew up in the northeast of England. Dad passed away a few years back. Back in 2011. I've still got my mum, or my mam, as I like to call her. See what I mean? Geordieland. And she is 74. So at the moment, I actually live with my mum and my son. Cost of living just forced us to give up my flat, so I had to move back home with the mother. And to be honest, it's all right. You know, it's not so bad. I mean, being in your 40s and still living with your mum, you know, what can you say? But I love her to pieces. She really helped us out. I'm able to save a bit more doing this. And we just split the bills in half, you know, so it's like we're roommates. But I think she gets annoyed with us because I have wool all over the place, all over the house. Yeah, like so. So I work full time as a carer, and I've done that all my life, and I love my job. What else can I say? So it's my birthday at the weekend. I plan to go for an Indian's, maybe have a nice meal at our favourite Indian restaurant where we live. I might actually buy myself a cake as well. I always do that actually. I buy myself my own birthday cake. How sad. So been watching a few other YouTube channels lately, and I absolutely adore Lady Mawa. She does crochet as well, and she's been doing knitting. She's been doing a lot of socks recently. Her and her husband moved to a beautiful house in Scotland, and so I've been following her channel, and it's fantastic. Just got a new kitchen, and I'm so gel. But yeah, I like watching her. I love her energy. She's always so happy, and that's what you need, don't you? You know, no doom and gloom. You need a happy, positive outlook in life, and I would say Marcia has it. Another channel I follow is Light and Lass. She doesn't do much these days actually, but she used to do glossy box. Well, she still does, sorry. And I watch her videos, and she's been on a weight loss journey. She's lost so much weight, and she's took up running, and hats off to her. I used to run years ago. I still occasionally run for a bus. But yeah, running, it's so hard. But wow, what a transformation. So yeah, so Michelle, if you ever watch this, good on you, girl. Recently did Ancestry DNA. My auntie had done it, and her results come back quite surprisingly, like, made me think, oh, I need to do mine, because I need to figure out where my ancestry line is as well. I'm going to take another sip of tea, 2 minutes. And when I done mine, my results came back, and I was shocked, because it turns out that I'm actually more Scottish than I am British. English, sorry. I'm also Swedish and Dutch and German, Irish and Icelandic, which was like, whoa, where did that come from, you know? And it's mostly, funny enough, my dad's side of the family was Scottish. And I traced like ancestors, and our on my dad's side went all the way up to the 1500s, from Scotland way and that, and like the Highlands. So that was, I wouldn't say surprising, but like it was very interesting. Mum's side of the family is the Swedish part. Dad's side was the German and Icelandic. I think my mum's side was Irish, from what I can gather. But yeah, but I wasn't surprised because I'm blue-eyed, fair-skinned, and fair-haired as well. So I'm like, it doesn't surprise us actually that I've got a bit of Swedish in us. And I'm tall as well. So my dad was tall. I am tall. My mum not so tall. I'm 5'8". My mum is only 5'1". Ooh, 2 minutes. I'm getting all carried away there. Nearly put an extra one in there. And my son takes after me as well. He's tall. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going around like that. I think I might leave it here for this video actually, because it's starting to get long and like I'm sure you guys are all bored by now. So yeah, so I'll hit you back up in my next video with another colour, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you later. Ta-ta.